Today's build comes from Ag Silver Radio's suggestion over on one of my previous videos. Ag Silver says, "Have you done Hat Kid from A Hat in Time yet? I have a build script that currently goes up to level 6. Well, Ag Silver, as we talked about earlier, no, I have not done Hat Kid. I have never even heard of A Hat in Time, to be perfectly honest with you. So I would make a joke about it being a hit game, but until now, never heard of it. But I'm going to go ahead and take this suggestion and go ahead and build it. Quick warning, Ag Silver. I am going off the entirety of Hat Kid's lore. So while your build is definitely a pretty good one, I mean, a thief rogue with a transmutation wizard, pretty nice. But there are some missing tidbits. And I'll be sure to go over them all today in this Dungeons & Dragons character conversion. Let us begin. Greetings, my dear viewers. It is I, Drayhon, and welcome back to another Dungeons & Dragons character conversion. Just like I said in the intro, we are taking a look at Hat Kid from A Hat in Time. A time-traveling alien who also does parkour. That's right, A Hat in Time is a platforming game similar to Crash Bandicoot. So, it's going to be an interesting build for sure. Definitely very tricky. As always, we start off with the stats using the point buy system, and while Ag Silver had some different stats in mind, I am going to go ahead and use these stats that I am providing you today. Strength of 10, Dexterity and Intelligence are at 15, Constitution and Wisdom are going to be our dump stats, because Hat Kid is a kid, or at least looks like one. You know, alien genetics and body structure and all of that. Charisma is going to be a 14 because, well, kid. There's almost no kid that is not cute. And you cannot change my mind. Anyway, Dexterity and Intelligence are our highest scores because of our main class. Well, not our first area class, but is our main class. And our, well, need for parkour skills. Now, Hat Kid is an alien. She might look humanoid, but she is an alien above all else. So, we need custom lineage, which will give us a +2 to one of our stats. We're going with Dexterity. We'll get a speed of 30 feet, a skill, which will go with Acrobatics, and we need a feat. Now, Ag Silver wanted to go with the Skilled feat. While it is a nice skill, it does not work for this build. And frankly, I don't like the Skilled feat. The Skilled Expert is a lot more useful, but we're not using it for right now. We are going to be using the Athletic feat. The only time you want Athlete's Foot. Yes, I went with that joke. Wizards of the Coast knew what they were doing when they created this feat. Anyway, moving on, we are going to go ahead and talk about the background. And Hat Kid, Ag Silver forgot to mention this, has a ship. Like all aliens do. And her spacecraft is, well, damaged. And it is the goal of the game to collect timepieces to repair this ship. So, we are going to need a background to resemble this little tidbit of lore. The shipwright and the sailor are the best backgrounds for this particular piece of lore. Oh, and wouldn't you look at that? The ship seems to be made out of wood. So, that would stand to reason that we need the shipwright background for its feature, I'll patch it, which lets us repair any damages to our ship as long as we have proficiency in carpenter's tools and have wood. And since our ship is damaged, we kind of need something to do that. We get proficiencies in history and perception. If we went with the sailor, that would be athletics and perception, but for this build, we're going with shipwright. We also get proficiencies in carpenter's tools and vehicles, water, but it's pretty good otherwise. I would go with airship crew, but I forgot where it was, so I'm not using it today. Moving on to class, we are starting things off with rogue. This will give us a 1d8 hit die, and since of our -1 modifier on constitution, that only gives us 7 HP. Oh well. For your skills, grab athletics, insight, sleight of hand, and stealth. For your expertise, we want athletics and acrobatics. For that hardcore parkour. That's the only time I'm going to be doing that joke for this video. Next, we need a multi-class, and because Hat Kid makes her own hats, we need something to represent that. Yes, they are made out of yarn, but she is an alien, so alien tech is most likely incorporated into these hats. So, it stands to reason that we need the Artificer class. That's another 1d8 hit die, so we don't need to worry too much about that. We get more proficiencies, medium armor, shield, and tinker's tools. And if you're going with the Eberron version, we also get firearm proficiency. Not really important. Magical tinkering, however, is somewhat more important in this build than any other Artificer build. We also get spellcasting, which uses our intelligence modifier. I would have gone with wizard like Silver did, and I really wanted to, but I feel that Artificer is a better fit. Moving on to level 2 Rogue, we get Cunning Action. Level 3 Rogue, and this will be the last time, or at least next to last time we take on Rogue, we're going to get a roguish archetype, and we want Thief, and that is because of that second story work feature. We also get Steady Aim, which is not entirely important, but it's still a very good feature to use. Next, and lastly, we want level 4 Rogue. That is going to give us an ability score improvement, 1 to our dexterity and 1 to our intelligence, rounding both of those off. Next, we're going with Artificer level 2. And we're going to be continuing with Artificer for the rest of this video, and you'll see why here at the end. We are going to grab Infuse item. We're going to need the Infusion's Helm of Awareness. Oh, that's a helmet. Headgear. Cap of Water Breathing. Looky there, another headgear. Enhanced Weapon, that's for our umbrella. And we also get Mind Sharpener, which can be robes or armor. And Hat Kid happens to be wearing a trench coat-like thing, so that's going to count as our robes. By level 10, you should have the Bag of Holding, Hat of Disguise, Headband of Intellect, and Slippers of Spider Climb added to your Infuse items list. Level 3 Artificers get the right tool for the job, and we get an Artificer Specialist. I wanted to go with Maverick, but one of the hats is known as Brewer's Hat, or Witch's Hat, or whatever it's called, and that requires potions. So we need the Alchemist to copy that ability. We get tool proficiency in Alchemist supplies. We also get the Alchemist spells, Healing Word, and Ray of Sickness. We also get Experimental Elixir, which is pretty good. Level 4 Artificers get an ability score improvement. Go ahead and increase that intelligence by 2. Level 5 Artificers get Alchemical Savant thanks to the Alchemist Specialist. Level 6 Artificers get Tool Expertise. Double that proficiency bonus whenever you use your tools. Level 7 Artificers gets Flash of Genius. Pretty good. Level 8 Artificers gets another ability score improvement. Go ahead and max out your dexterity to a 20. Level 9 Artificers, thanks to the Artificer Specialist Alchemist, we get Restorative Regents. Regents? I don't know how to pronounce that. Either way, level 10 Artificers get Magic Item Adept. We now get to attune to a few more magic items that require the attunement feature. Level 11 Artificer gets Spell Storing Item. This is why we wanted Artificer. We can store a spell in any item we wish, such as, I don't know, a hat, or even our umbrella. Either way, it is a very useful feature, and the whole reason why I wanted Artificer, besides the fact that Artificers make their own magic items. Level 12 Artificers gets an ability score improvement. Go ahead and increase your intelligence up to its maximum at 20. And unfortunately, that is all we have time for today. Now, if I wanted to choose any other feats, I would have. But I didn't feel like that was necessary since we already had the Athlete feat. But I do hope you enjoyed. Especially you, Ag Silver. Thank you for the recommendation. Until next time, this has been Drahon, and I am offline. You know, this actually gets me thinking, maybe I should do a character concept deep dive. Probably go all out with the whole hardcore parkour concept. Surely that would be fun. I'll try it out. See what I can come up with. Wasn't able to do that fully with this build. We'll see what I can come up with. Sure, viewers would like it. Oh, I'm still talking while recording. I better just shut up.